Had to make a journey over here to Kohl's quick. I needed to get a few things out of a little red pickup, and then we're gonna fuel up the skid loader. We're gonna go to one of the neighbors and kind of help touch up some pasture and stuff that needs to be mowed with our mower on the front of the skid loader. One that can kind of chop through some little trees and different things. All right, where did we do with our tripod? There it is. How's it working down there? Is it working? Yep. Good, good. Why do some of this stuff seem like every time you turn around, it needs fuel? And I'm coughing. But it is something, this equipment, you run it and then all at once like, need fuel, need fuel. Probably like this little skid loader. Fuel tank ain't oversized either. Do you need a drink, Mr. Diesel? Why is everything all sticky this morning? Sticky, sticky. What the world's going on here? I really don't know how big this fuel tank is on this skid loader, but it don't seem like it's very big. But like anything, it takes forever to get off a full, and once you get off a full, they like drink it. Let's see if we don't slip here. Ugh. One thing, you gotta be very careful with this skid loader, and I done it once, and ever since I did it, I don't forget again, I hope not. I forgot to close the fuel cap one day. Luckily, I didn't run it very long. I was getting ready to push driveway rock, and I filled it up. Just getting out to where the rock pile was, Cole came along, and we got out, and I was talking to him, and he goes, hey, the gas cap's off. Thank God, because the way that skid loader is designed, everything kind of comes off the tires and goes right up to the old fuel cap. So would not want to fill the tank up with a bunch of dust or dirt. The old post hole digger. Post hole digger is what we use to dig a lot of the cremation ashes out at the cemetery. So I always kind of like to keep it inside and ready to go. We've actually in this last year starting to see a lot more cremations due to the cost, and well, each family's got their own reasons why, but we are seeing more cremation graves out at the cemetery. We're starting to see a lot more private graves out at the cemetery working with us. So, meaning they're just getting the ashes and taking care of everything themselves. We can do whatever the people want, so that isn't an issue for us. At one of the neighbors' places that lets us keep some machinery in their machine shed, which is very, very, very nice. And usually Cooper's the one that comes over here, so he knows how things open. What we are after is this mower. Will go on the front of the skid loader. When you're hooking up, dirt, I'm allergic to dirt. When you're hooking up the hoses from the mower to the skid loader, one of the big things, you always want to make sure everything's clean. Otherwise you're contaminating, putting dirt into your system of your machine. It's been a while since I've seen it done, but I've been at a few farms over the years. It amazed me, they'll grab a hose just filthier and all get out. They don't even look at it, and they go up to their tractor and just hook her on and seems like it's one of the mornings. Time is going fast and haven't really got nothing done yet. It's always so tempting. You're in a hurry, you think I'll just leave the doors open, I'll be back later, and well, it's not our shed, so I want to make sure everything's safe. It's nice that our neighbors let us put equipment in their sheds. And one of the comments the other day was somebody asked, how do you know how to run all the different equipment you have? And I think a big part of it is we have a lot of guys around that have a lot more fancy equipment, a lot more technology stuff to run. But when you run it day in, day out for quite a while, you know, it's like a car. You run it for a few hours, you get to know it, and you get to the next vehicle or the next piece of equipment. It's kind of the same thing. And sometimes I do forget on some of the stuff, kind of in the computer stuff sometimes. I gotta call the boys, hey, what do I do here? Oh, Dad, don't touch nothing, you'll mess it up. What? Me? No, not me. Help, I think I touched something. We're gonna try this out, guys. We just kind of got some tall grass around some old buildings, so hopefully there's nothing in here that we wish we would have known about. We can chomp through it and not run over a tractor tire or something with something sharp. Got some little trees here right now. We're gonna just eat them things alive. Come on, Mr. Mower. What are you doing? Are you hungry for some grass? Another one bites the dust. No, 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 no. Another one bites the dust. Whoa, what was that? What was that? I want names. I want phone numbers. Tell me what that noise was. This is where I'm working back here, guys. But I'm going to put the camera in the truck. I'm hitting so many bumps. I keep ramming the camera into the windshield, and I'm afraid I'm going to break you guys. Hey there, Ellie. Hey, girl. What are you doing being lazy? What are you doing? Hi, girl. Little Ellie's smart when it comes to taking it easy. I think what we're going to do today is some touch up on the sprayer. See what we got here, guys. Got a few little spots I'd like to touch up, but I'm guessing probably have to sand it a little bit first. See if we can find a little sandpaper. Sprayer here, we're gonna take a little time. We got a few spots when we're running through the tall corn. She's sitting there somewhere along the line. Spots like here, it takes the paint off. We got spots up front where all day long that corn is just like sandpaper. Little spots like this. So we're gonna take the sandpaper, kind of shine them up a little bit, and then we'll just touch up a little paint on them and make them look a little better. Some of this stuff, it don't take real long. It's easy to just say, I'm not gonna do it, it's okay, I'll be back in the corn next year. But it does make it look nicer, and this machine's a pretty nice machine. I wanna keep it looking nice. It's easier to do it now because once we put it away for the winter, it probably won't happen. It won't never be the same. So we'll go ahead and get this kind of shined up. No use boring you to death like, man, Daddy Cornstar, anybody can sand. That's like watching paint dry on the back of the refrigerator door. Well, let's try it, see how the paint works. We're going with a Haiti gray. I'm gonna try to do it in a couple spots. It's kind of hidden first. Tell you what, just putting a little bit of paint on some spots that got wore off makes it look really nice. Kind of after. Don't think it looks too bad. Kind of touched up the old, where the paint just rubs off. Just makes it look a little nicer. Give it a little touch up. When it's sitting in the shed and you're walking by it, it just makes it look a lot nicer. It's kind of like when we clean up. I was making sure I wasn't putting paint on my face as we were talking. Reading comments. Somebody says, Daddy Cornstar, when are you gonna grow up? Don't worry. You got a long time to watch me like this, so don't be worrying that I'm gonna grow up overnight and then you're not gonna wanna watch me anymore. So the person that made that comment, you're safe. I'm not gonna grow up for a long, long time. Hope that makes you feel better. And why would I wanna grow up? Life is short. You're supposed to have fun, be crazy, enjoy it, smile. And it's something, when you smile, people around you smile. It's contagious. It's like if you yawn, a lot of times people sitting around you automatically yawn. So it's kind of like when you come up to a person and you start talking to them. If you smile and approach them in a nice manner, I bet they'll smile back.